Hey everyone, how's it going? James here. Today I just wanted to give you a quick tour of my shed. I have finally moved back in. All the aquariums have now been moved back in as well. It's been an absolute backbreaker and an absolute pain in my backside to get everything back from my conservatory, as you probably would know if you've watched any of my previous videos about the troubles I've had recently with my current fish room, shed, whatever you want to call it. And it's been a nightmare. But we're back in now, so I thought I'd give you a little tour and show you what kind of setups I've got at the moment. Granted, not a lot of them are great anymore because since the move a lot of them got destroyed and are only half sort of built nowadays and stuff, but still I wanted to give you an update and show you some of the aquariums I've got and maybe some things that I'm working on in the future. So let's get to it. All right everyone, so as you can see it's a bit of a messy desk at the moment, so I'm working on a few things. I've just bought some of these Tropica root tabs which I'm really keen on trying out. They're a lot cheaper than some of the other ones. Not to say that they're not expensive either for 10 capsules, but I'm going to be reviewing them and checking them out, so keep an eye out for that video in the future. So I don't know if you can see right here, but this is a Pico Tank. Now I set this up a while ago. It's from a company called Pico Tank. They make like these little tiny custom acrylic aquariums, and it's kind of a cool little tank, although I've had massive problems with leakages, and I don't know if you can see right now I'm doing a water test, and once again I have a leaky aquarium here. So I'm trying a new thing out, but essentially what I'm planning on doing is having just a coral only Pico tank, and if my work lets me I might take it in. But yeah, I'm using a old Asta 20 Lumine light, LED light there. It's a saltwater one. It's a 16 watt, and I had that on my reef tank in my house, but since I've upgraded the light on that, I thought I'd try it on this, and it looks pretty cool. But yeah, there's not really too much going on there. It's just sort of cycling at the moment and various other bits and pieces. Moving across, this was my Amazon tank. Again, with all the move and everything, a lot of it got broken down, and I lost a lot of the bracken fern that was on top of it. I'm looking to go out at some point during the weekend and maybe get some more bracken fern just to make it look a bit nicer and stuff. But yeah, if anyone's wondering what that top bit is there, that is a rainfall system that I made. It doesn't look glamorous there, but once you've got all of the plants on the top there, it looks pretty cool, trickling free. But it's supposed to simulate the idea of rainfall in the wild. So yeah, really cool. I've got low lights on it, so you probably won't see much, especially with the reflections here, but I had quite a lot of hatchet fish in there. You can see one still there at the back. There's a few silver tip tetras in there, some neon tetras, but I lost my angelfish in the move. He unfortunately got a bit too stressed out and died, and all the plants got reached around, so I'm planning on like sort of tidying it up in the future and stuff like that. And as you can see, it's got lots of cool leaf litter and stuff. Moving on down to the bottom shelf here, you can see this is my shallow aquarium. At the moment it has a really random mixture of fish in there, as you can see. It's got some Mickey Mouse platies and a rummy nose tetra. Again, with all the move, I had to break down an old tank which was here. As you can see, it's not active anymore, but all of my platy fish were in there. But when my shed roof collapsed, I had to like take that down, and I couldn't fit that in my conservatory, so it had to go in there. So this is just a temporary measure for these fish, but I'm hoping to get them into that big aquarium this weekend. But as you can see, it's just a shallow sort of black water tank, again sort of mimicking a few elements from their natural habitat, but everyone seems to be getting on okay. It's just obviously a space element there. In terms of lighting, it's just using a All Pond Solutions little LED light there, which kind of gives a low light through, but it works really nicely, and it's just got a few botanicals in there. Moving over to the left, these little Endler Guppies here were from my son's bedroom, and again it was another aquarium that I moved out of his room and placed in here. And this originally did have my better fish in, my red one, but I've since moved him into a different tank so I could put these guys in here. But they seem to be really happy. Again, there's not really too much. This was kind of supposed to mimic a bit of a swamp-like aquarium, sort of more of a natural habitat, sort of closer to the river shore, I guess, or the river line there between that and the land with the stones and stuff. It's kind of overgrown in Java moss and algae at the moment. And I've just got a plant there which I bought the other day, and I'm just using it as a current holding place until I can find out where I want to put it. But yeah, not too much with this. Moving over to my rack here, I have 4 different aquariums. As many of you follow me have probably seen them plenty of times before, but I have a cherry shrimp breeding tank here. There's not too much going on there, it's quite a wild tank. I have a red Rilly aquarium here, again another shrimp breeding tank. It's just got a random platy fish in there, trying to sort of keep any pests that might be in there under control. This aquarium right here is a saltwater aquarium, if anyone's wondering. It's sort of trying to mimic the sort of rock pool areas of the ocean. This is using hermit crabs as the example. It's a heated tank, but yeah, it's something a bit different to what you'd normally see, especially on social media. But I really like this tank, and the hermit crabs seem to be getting on really well. It's got a little bit of macroalgae in there, but yeah, there's not too much growing on. It's kind of got a little bit messy over the months, but again, hermit crabs seem happy enough grazing on there. I don't know if you can see at the back there, like he's making his way over that rock quite nicely there. So yeah, he's enjoying it. And again, moving over to the right here, this is my orange Sakura breeding tank. If anyone wants to know why it's misty in this tank, it's because I haven't cleaned the glass since I've moved everything over. Again, I'm not a perfectionist, making sure all my tanks looking perfect when I film videos. I'm just showing you as they are. Moving on up, it's had a bit of a change since the last time you saw it. This is my Bumblebee Goby brackish tank, so it features these little guys there. I don't know if you can see them. I'll get some cool macro shots for you. But yeah, essentially this is supposed to have mimicked the mangrove rivers of the world. It's got 2 red mangrove trees there growing quite nicely. They've been doing really well with the LED light that I have just above them. It's really strong, it's like a floodlight, so yeah, they seem to be doing really well, and the roots are growing in nicely there. You can see some really nice big roots. Got a bit of algae on there. I think I went a bit too happy on the fertilizer, which made the trees grow but caused a bit of algae on there, and I think it looks a bit messy since I've moved. Again, I haven't touched anything up or made it look any way glamorous to what it was before. Not much to see again on the rack here at the bottom. This tank is going to be another planter tank, I think, that I'm going to be doing, so I'm interested to see what I can come up with there. Moving on up to the left there, don't worry about this one on the right, that is another tank that I'm working on, but I want to keep that one a bit of a secret, so I won't show you. It's a little 25 litre 30 by 30 by Amtra. It's a really nice aquarium, and it's rocking a all pond solution LED there. Again, it did look really nice, but since the move, nothing's sort of sat down. All the plants have gone crazy in there. But again, this is a platy breeding aquarium. It's doing really well, and I'm hoping to sell these off very shortly to clear up some space, and I'm hoping to do something nice with this aquarium going forward. Up to the top here, this was my son's old fish tank, which had some really horrible ornaments that I absolutely despise of from a certain cartoon, which I'm sure anybody who knows that cartoon will know what kind of ornaments they are. But anyway, they are gone now, and I'm hoping to do this as a really nice planted aquarium. It's kind of like that Dutch style type of aquarium, so I'm really hoping that the plants are just going to explode at one point and fill this all up. And I don't know, I might put shrimp in there or something and get something breeding again in this tank, as hopefully it'll look really cool. And I'm hoping to put those root tabs from Tropico in here and see how well these plants do, especially the stem plants at the back there. Not much in terms of lighting. It's a planted LED aquarium light from Nicrew. Anyone again watches my channel knows that I like the Nicrew lights. There's one there, and I have one on my shrimp aquarium there, and another one there, and a couple indoors as well, which are really cool. This aquarium's only been set up for about a week or so, so once the plants settle a little bit, I might cultivate some of them and see if I can grow them immersed in a little propagator setup, and see if I can grow my own plants there. So it's something to look for in the future, and I'm quite excited about it because I've always wanted to try and see if I could grow my plants outside of the water. So something for the future to look for. And lastly, over to the final aquarium here. This is my, again, it's kind of like a natural type tank. it did have my pea puffers in it, but again, because of the move, it stressed them out. The temperature changes were too dramatic, and unfortunately it killed the puffers, which I'm really gutted about because I really enjoyed having them. They're very nice characters, but I've put my better fish in there for now. He seems happy enough, but unfortunately, as with my luck with better fishes, it looks like on his left eye, so the other side, he's got a white spot appeared, so I'm thinking that's probably related to stress. So I'm hoping that now he's settled and everything's in here, and that if I just either medicate or use natural medicines, as I like to do with these catappa leaves here, then hopefully he will feel comfortable enough and start to get back to health again. But he seems okay apart from that. It's just the little spot on the eye. But yeah, this tank is a bit overgrown now. Somehow, I don't know how, but it's absolutely covered in duckweed again. I thought I'd absolutely destroyed the duckweed problem in my aquariums months ago, and I haven't seen it for absolutely ages. I'm talking months, and all of a sudden it's just randomly appeared. So I don't know what's happened there, but it's quite interesting to see. Yeah, the tank is it hasn't got too much in terms of plants. It's just got a few Java ferns there in the back, some crypts at the front here. Again, one's even still potted there. A couple of big botanical pods there, which are really cool. But yeah, I need to tidy this one up again. It's just something that I just need to get round to doing since I've now finally got settled back in the fish shed. And then lastly, it's not much to look at, so I won't show you, but there is a tank here. This was my blue shrimp tank. It did have ember tetras in it many months ago. I did a really cool aquascape video on this one, so it's probably worth checking out. But yeah, don't look like it now, does it? But yeah, it's something that I'm gonna just break down and try something else in. Again, it's just a project on the back burner, but I will get round to doing it at some point soon. So that's it, everyone. There's not really much more to show in terms of aquariums or setups at the moment. I'm just really pleased to be back in the shed. I know that the tanks aren't anything glamorous like you probably would see on other channels, but yeah, I just like to always keep it real and show you exactly what things look like as they are. I'm so glad to be back in here and get things done. It's nice to have my own space and get my tanks all set up again, so I'm really pleased, and I'm hoping just to move my hobby forward in terms of getting some new setups done and trying out some new fish and showing you guys every bit of that along the way. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to check out any other videos, check out this playlist. It shows you a couple of other old school fish room tours, and until next time, you stay safe.